Let me begin with a story of a small village in Tharparkar, not unlike many in Pakistan, where clean drinking water was a daily struggle. Its children had to walk for hours just to fetch murky water from distant ponds, and as a result, they fell ill from waterborne diseases and they missed school. Until a group of students from Lahore University of Management Sciences, not much older than many of us here, designed a low-cost water filter using locally available materials. And today, that very village and also the villages surrounding it have access to clean water. Their children are now healthier and their school attendances have now doubled. And all of this happened not because of a government grant or a corporate initiative, but rather with a simple idea. An idea that was simple yet so powerful, driven by young people who refused to accept that things had to stay the way they were. Worthy principal, respected teachers, and my fellow cadets, standing before you all today, I am reminded of the words of Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, where he says, with faith, discipline, and selfless devotion to duty, there is nothing worthwhile that you cannot achieve. These words of Qaid capture the true essence and spirit of social entrepreneurship. A movement where innovation meets service, where business meets impact, and where young leaders like us can transform the entirety of the country. And that, gentlemen, brings us to the topic of today's discussion, the role of social entrepreneurship and how CCH can explore innovative solutions to social problems. Today, I would like to divide up my talk into 4 parts. The first of them being what social entrepreneurship actually is and what is its role in our community. Number 2 are case studies of successful social enterprises in Pakistan. Number 3 are case studies of successful social enterprises in Pakistan. Number 3 are detailed project proposals that CCH can initiate and implement. And number 4 is how we as young cadets can become young change makers. So the question arises, what even is social entrepreneurship? Social entrepreneurial venture is high impact venture that addresses long-standing socio-environmental problems, focuses on long-term collaborative community capacity building, relies on collective wisdom and experience, and fosters the creation of knowledge and networks and facilitates sustainable positive social change. A bit too much, right? In simpler words, unlike traditional businesses, social enterprises aim to solve social issues in ways which are sustainable, scalable, and innovative. Think of it as profit with purpose. Now, coming on to, or rather I must say, before we go on to some of the social enterprises that have left their mark, let us decipher the key role of social entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneurship addresses social issues and environmental problems, and that is focused by achieving financial stability by generating revenue. After having done that, the profit generated is reinvested for a greater societal impact. Furthermore, it promotes social innovation and fosters inclusive growth and even community development. And all of this is done by promoting ethical and responsible business practices. Now, keeping in view the defined role of social enterprises, let us evaluate 2 successful examples of social entrepreneurship models that have changed the entire dynamic of short-scale businesses and quality education. The first of them being Akhuwat Foundation. Dr. Amjad Saqib saw poor women in Pakistan trapped in cycles of debts over debts just because banks wouldn't lend to them. So, he thought of a solution and he founded Akhuwat. And he began giving away microloans even as small as those of thousands to help those same women start their own businesses. This social entrepreneurship model lifted millions out of poverty, and inspired similar initiatives worldwide. As of 2025, Akhwat Foundation has dispersed 4.5 million interest-free loans, which is a total of 128 billion rupees, or 798 million US dollars, to over 3 million families across the country. Now, these are some big numbers, aren't they? Another such example is that of the Citizens Foundation. The Citizens Foundation has built schools in Pakistan's most underserved areas, proving that education is what can break the chains of poverty. And these aren't just charities. These are sustainable solutions designed to create lasting change. Though I will come a bit later to the second part of my topic, I'm sure all of you must have heard of Tabarak Rahman. He ran 1,600 kilometers, all the way from CCH to IBA Karachi in just 5 weeks, with an aim of raising 1 million US dollars for the Citizens Foundation. And that, gentlemen, is exactly how we can be a part of social entrepreneurship. And the most exciting thing is, we don't even have to wait until we are older to start, because social entrepreneurship isn't about age, it's about mindset. And Cadet College Hassan Abdal is the perfect place to cultivate that mindset. Now, coming on to the second part of my topic, how CCH can explore innovative solutions to social problems, the first detailed proposal is of a CCH sewing school. CCH can take an initiative of establishing a sewing school, which will be a shining example of women's empowerment tackling their unemployment. The best part about this project is that we don't really have to invest in more resources, because we already have some. We can start making use of free of cost electricity and a dedicated building, which will allow our project to reduce overhead costs and maximize impact. And as for the women, we can start training them with sewing skills, equipping them with not just a sustainable livelihood, but fostering financial independence. As you all know, we are Abdalians, so you don't just expect us to stop there. Are we going to stop there? Our vision extends way beyond simple mere training. So what we are going to do is that we are going to start making contracts with local schools in Wahkent and Hassan Abdal, and we can start supplying them with uniforms, creating a steady demand for the sewing school. Apart from that, we can also start targeting the Sikh pilgrims, or the Sikh Yatris as they call themselves, and we can start supplying them with customized fabric patches and badges that hold religious value to them. Now, this self-sustaining model ensures that after covering operational costs, the nominal profit margin is reinvested back into the program, directly funding salaries for the women involved. So, rather than relying on donations, this approach turns social good into a viable business, proving that economic and social progress can go hand in hand. The second project proposal is a CCH-run bakery. I love breads. Establishing a CCH-run bakery towards GT Road can be a very innovative social entrepreneurship model that addresses not only food affordability, but hunger and unemployment all in one sustainable cycle. We can start offering high-quality baked goods at prices lower than that of the market, because we will do this business for a meager profit with purpose. Furthermore, this project of ours is going to allow us to create employment opportunities for the delivery riders, many of whom may be struggling to find stable income, so we can provide them with reliable work at fair wages. And with the revenue generated from all of this, we can start channelizing it into setting up a dastarkhan, or a community kitchen that addresses, or rather serves, 100 underprivileged individuals each evening. We can also determine an amount of 10 to 20 rupees for a reasonable meal, but it's not like we're going to send back anybody who cannot even afford that much of a small amount, because we're too good to do that. Now, my third project proposal is empowering Hassan Abdal's youth through tech education. In this era of digital transformation, equipping the youth with in-demand technical skills is a powerful tool for not just poverty alleviation, but also fostering economic growth. This proposal outlines a college-led programming and training initiative inside the college with minimal fee, utilizing existing computer lab infrastructure to train the local youth in Hassan Abdal by offering them guaranteed job placements in, let's say, the Hattai industrial estate. We can also start signing memorandums of understandings with factories in the industrial zone, which is going to allow us to create a direct pipeline from education to employment, ensuring not just workforce readiness for our industries, but sustainable livelihoods for our graduates. The fourth, last, but obviously not least, project proposal is that of cleanliness drive run by Abdalians. Abdalians can start running cleanliness drive to improve overall environmental condition. We can also start working with locals and established committees to improve overall sanitation levels in Hassan Abdal. Now, the question will be that of resources. So for generating revenue, let us invest in a water filtration plant. And let's also start a water brand with the name of Guruji Waters that exports this water to America and even Canada. Some of you might ask, why are we going to do that? We all know that Hassan Abdal holds prime importance for the Sikh brethren. And if we were to start sending them this quality water with the tagline right from the holy land of Devji Sarkar, it's going to have a deep religious impact on them. And with the revenue generated, we can start installing dustbins, recycling plants, and most importantly, rainwater pits to replenish our groundwater supplies. Lastly, how can we become young change makers? We are a unique community. Think about it. All of us come from different backgrounds, bringing diverse perspectives to the table. We have got structure, discipline, and even resources, ingredients that many of the young change makers across the country wish they had. And most importantly, we have youthful creativity, the kind that is not even afraid to question the status quo. And yes, there will be challenges indeed. Some of us, or some of the others might say to us, "You're too young." Well, talking about youngness, don't you think you should be saying that to Greta Thunberg, who at the age of 15 sparked an entire global climate change movement? Others might argue we don't have enough resources. Well, social entrepreneurship isn't about starting big, it's about starting smart. Crowdfunding, grants, and partnerships can turn small ideas into real solutions. And everything that I've said so far does not mean we are not going to fail. Yes, there are going to be challenges. Some projects of ours won't work out. But does that mean as Abdalians we give up? Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every misstep teaches us something new. So Abdalians, let's form teams. Start small, but think long term. Let me leave you all with this one thought. A single drop creates ripples, and so a single idea can ignite an entire movement. All of us might be students right now, but we are the leaders of tomorrow. As Howard Thurman once said, don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. So Abdalians, let's come alive together. Let's use our energy, our creativity, and our passion to build a better Pakistan, one innovative solution at a time. I thank you all for your patient listening.